Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Cards. We got quite a bit to talk about today. We're going to talk a lot about Pokemon on this one and just some of the crazy stuff that's going on in the market. A lot of fraud lately, a lot of fake stuff's happening, a lot of scams. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on in the market right now. There's a lot of weird stuff that's happening in the Pokemon world right now. One of them is I think people are starting to realize that the rip and ship stuff, there's just a lot of opportunity to get scammed. And I think now these guys are just getting so bold in scamming people that they have kind of like stopped caring about doing it well.
It got sloppy, yeah. For sure.
And it's just super crazy to me that they, like, I don't know if you heard about the big one that just happened where the dude resealed a pack and forgot he resealed it. So he was like flipping through the cards and he got to the energy card and it had
his handwriting
on it,
dude. Wild.
How do you do that? How, like...
And then he denied it because I remember like seeing this.
Yes.
And he made like a whole like thing saying like, I apologize.
Yep.
Someone accidentally slipped that into the box.
Well, dude, and then he changed his story because he did another video afterwards, and he was like, "Oh, it was a prank for a friend. I was gonna give him a resealed pack, and da 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 da," which to me is a weak argument. Because if I'm gonna give my buddy a fake pack to like mess with him, I'm gonna put something goofy in there. Like I'm gonna fill it with magic cards. I'm gonna do something just dumb.
Yeah.
But to just be like, here's a land that has my writing on it. Like, what? How was that
Bad
even a
mistake.
Good dude?
Yeah. I don't know if he's recovered since.
No,
I don't know.
No, dude, he like took everything off the internet. Everything's off the internet.
Oh, he finally, okay, that's how you know he's not sorry.
Well, and he just ruined his whole reputation for nothing. Like, it's more money in the long, like you're making more money to sell things ethically than you are like defrauding people.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like if you mess up, right? If you mess up doing something, or maybe you do buy a resealed pack and you didn't know it was resealed, and then a customer gets it and they tell you it, okay, cool, you're out, however much the cost of that pack is, or whatever, even if it's a box, let's say it's a booster box, right? Okay, you're out the cost of the box, but you don't have to like close down shop or try and like restart your business under an alias or through somebody else.
Yeah.
That's crazy behavior.
Yeah.
Like, is it worth it? There's no way. There's no way.
No way it's worth it.
Like, if I'm scamming to a point where even if I get caught, I never have to work again. Like, I don't even care about the scale. Like,
yeah. Why make a video with a resealed pack? Just like do it yourself without recording yourself. Not saying it's fine, of course, but just saying like, why risk it?
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Not worth
it's
it.
So stupid. It's just so dumb, but I don't know. It's just such a funny, weird thing. And I think that's the worst part about this market is you get a huge influx of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it just sucks. But I mean, kind of in that same vein, I don't know if you saw the Prismatic Evolutions premium collections went live on distributions. And there's already listings on eBay and people are already buying it.
I believe it.
Prepare to get scammed. If it's not a reputable seller, you're not getting that. And if you do get anything, it's going to be a picture of the box. Classic eBay scam.
Rudy from Alpha Investments said that scammers right now will list the new product to like eBay, right? They'll sell it to you, and then under like PayPal's guidelines, the request for refund has to be within 6 months. Think of it like this: 3 months before release, you order your product. If that seller can just lead you on for 3 more months, they don't have to give you your money back.
Yeah.
And you're just out your money.
And even if eBay shuts down the account, they're just gonna open a new one and start again.
So please be careful.
Yeah.
Please buy from reputable sources.
Yes,
definitely. If they have less than 10 sales, I would definitely say stay away.
Yeah, and it's just like, I get everybody's wanting product. I get everybody wants stuff, but man, it's just not worth taking a chance with like a super risky seller that isn't established, isn't verified, doesn't have any sort of history, nothing, we ran into that issue when we first started our website. Like, it's like we didn't have a rep. We didn't have, any sales history. There was nothing that people could really track back to, and luckily, you know, people were really happy. And we got a lot of emails when our first pre-orders went out for stuff, where people were like, "I'm so glad that like this was legit. Thank you for the product," you know. And we got messages on Instagram even. So, you know, it like there's certain things like that where I feel like if you can at least track it down in a couple different places, maybe it's a little bit better, you know. But yeah, to risk it all on one eBay listing like that, and dude, they're going for a ton. I think they're upwards of $100 on eBay.
I'm not surprised. They're going to go more.
Yeah, it's just crazy, and that's just really sad. And even if it is legit, to do pre-orders this early, you have a very high likelihood of getting your order getting canceled. Because as everybody is realizing right now, like allocation numbers are just garbage.
They're horrible.
Even the best, biggest sellers are getting a quarter of what they ordered.
Not even that, dude.
Like,
it's so low.
And like anybody that's like watching, you know, any creator content right now of Pokemon is probably watching things like PokeNE, you know, Alpha Investment, stuff like that. It's like these guys are literally saying it too, and they're saying the same thing that we've been saying forever, which is, hey, it's not just us, the little guys, it's these guys too. They're getting no product. And so to do pre-orders at this point where allocation numbers aren't even close to being out there, like nobody knows what they're getting yet, not even close. We're months away from that. And so I don't know, I say be cautious about jumping into pre-orders right now. It just doesn't seem like the smart thing to do. Just wait a little bit. Again, find a reputable seller, find a local, you know, an LGS that's gonna hook you up. You know, anybody else than buying online at eBay at something this early in the pre-order process, it's just not worth it. But let's talk about some Journey Together.
Okay.
Prices are going crazy.
As expected.
As expected.
Yeah.
I think booster boxes are now north of $200.
They're $220 now.
$220, yep.
And they're going up every day.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I know everyone's mad about MSRP, but I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I really don't. Not this year, at least. And I don't think Pokemon's gonna print the stuff into the ground either.
Unless like your local game store is like selling one booster box, like MSRP or something, or you happen to get lucky and find it at like a Walmart or a Target or something, then that's the only time you might get MSRP.
Yeah.
Anywhere else is not going to charge that.
No,
So,
it's just, I don't know. It's hard because, again, I get it. I understand. We've talked about this before in the past, but like I really do understand the frustration with not selling at MSRP. But at the same time, there's so many stores that have been taking L's on Pokemon for years. And there's a number of reasons too. Like there's been, you know, there's some distributors that are charging $90 for a Prismatic Evolutions ETB.
Yep, for the
$90. So it's like, is the expectation to allow, you know, because basically this falls on the seller to make a decision as to whether, you know, basically to not buy that product at all and miss that product and take an L, or to buy that product, and if you're doing the there's a lot of like moral grandstanding with this, but you know, the right thing and selling it at MSRP for a loss, like it's an L either way. Either you're selling the product at a loss because you don't want to go above MSRP, or you're not buying the product at all because distributors are upping prices past, like wholesale prices are going past MSRP.
Yeah.
So it's just, it doesn't help anybody. I think it's kind of silly to expect MSRP 100% of the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with going market price, because I mean, market price is what people are paying for.
That's correct.
So it's hate it or love it. That's just what it is. You know, that's my opinion on it. I know it's a hot take. I know a lot of people don't agree, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
The stores don't set the market price.
No.
The people do. The buyers, people that are buying it. So, and again, like I was saying with Prismatic Evolutions, I don't think they're going to print the stuff to the ground. I really don't. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense for them to do it. And I don't think Pokemon Company cares, to be honest. If they cared, they're going to take a little bit more time between releases, and they're going to print enough product.
They're just happy they're selling out.
Yes.
That's all they're focusing on.
Of course. So if they cared, they would change the way that they do their print runs, but they don't, and they won't, because they don't care.
They don't care.
So it's just, it's unrealistic. So if you're gonna, you know, if you're suffering from really bad FOMO this year for Pokemon, I would advise, if you're not wanting to pay, you know, above MSRP, which you're just, again, you're gonna have to be extremely lucky to find anything at that. Now's a great time to start chasing singles. I mean, even the stuff that we've bought for shows, singles have been going up in value. If you're collecting, even if not, even if it's not a money thing, it's always nice to see the values of your cards going up, especially as quickly as things have been going. Yeah, it's just Journey Together, and I mean, this next several sets are going to just be so crazy. So it's we're in for a ride.
I would like to talk a little bit about Prismatic Evolutions, ETBs. Guess where they're sitting right now?
Where are they at? 150?
130 to 135 shipped for Prismatic Evolution ETB. They bounced off 100 and they just went right back up to 130.
We knew that was going to happen.
We knew that was going to happen. Rudy from Alpha Investments said that the market's been flushed. So what he means by that is a lot of these people who happen to get lucky, maybe found like 5 or 10 at a target, all the resellers and scalpers are running out of supply.
Yeah.
So now supply's even less. So now prices are just going up. And it's not going to stop.
No.
That's the thing. As long as prices on those high-end cards in Prismatic Evolution stay as high as it is, that ETB will keep going up.
Well, and just everything is so tight right now. Like, we have a lot of local card shops that have been in a lot of the reseller groups here locally in Utah. And they're asking people, they're like, hey, if you have sealed, I will buy it off you at 90% of market. Like, that's how bad it is. That's how dried up the market is just in general. I mean, we lucked out and we found a screaming deal on some Surging Sparks boxes.
Just yesterday.
Yeah, so it's like, we are having to look elsewhere outside of distribution because it's just, and there's so much demand, but there's no product anywhere. So we're just, it's like all these people that are sitting on tons of product. It's like, hey.
People are buying and not selling.
Oh, yeah.
They're literally just holding on to it or they're ripping it.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to find anything right now.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. But going back to pre-orders, let's talk about GameStop, dude.
Okay.
GameStop isn't doing Pokemon pre-orders anymore.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them for a second.
It's crazy,
dude. Probably, because they had these 2 most recent sets with like Prismatic Evolutions and what was it set before Prismatic Evolutions?
Surging Sparks.
Surging Sparks. So they probably were like, okay, things are getting really crazy. And especially with Prismatic Evolutions, they were like, this is really crazy. We had 75 people show up in the morning in line for Prismatic Evolutions and 10 people got one thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's not worth it anymore. People are probably calling in, probably way too much time spent on that. They're like, we're not messing it with it anymore.
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's more strategy just to get more people in store in general? Because, I mean, what else does GameStop have going for them? How many...
Grading cards is really cool.
I mean, that's good. But not everyone does it, though, yet.
It's not like they're stopping to sell the product. It's just they're not taking pre-orders anymore.
Yeah.
So...
But I'm curious as to the reason behind that, though, because I feel like it has to be more than just it's too chaotic. I think they like the... I mean, we all, those of us that are old enough, I mean, we all remember midnight releases for Halo or Call of Duty. Like, that was crazy, dude. I remember being in a GameStop when Modern Warfare 2 came out back in the day. I was still in high school. I went to a midnight release with a buddy, and, dude, that store was packed. It was smashed with so many people. So it's like, this isn't foreign territory for GameStop. They know how to handle this.
So do you think that they're, instead of taking pre-orders, they're just going to get a shipment in for the product and it's just going to be a line then?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's to get more people in the store so that they're looking at other stuff because they know, because everybody knows if you're late to showing up to this, you're not going to get it.
You're not going to get it. No.
So, but people are going to stay in line in the hope that there's enough. So in the meantime, they're going to be looking around the store, looking at the shelves, being like, oh, I mean, not only that, but they're also selling other Pokemon stuff, which is a whole topic for another day. But I mean, they're selling Obsidian Flames ETBs, $80. $80.
No
dude.
problem. Man.
Nope.
Most ETBs are going for that price nowadays.
Yeah, and and think of it, right? Think of this, the psychology behind. Well, I didn't get this, so I guess I'll just get this, and then they're gonna upcharge you a ton on that, and then it's just like, sweet, a win's a win.
Win's a win.
So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I think it's more that than anything else.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's nuts. But kind of talking about the Obsidian Flames box, MSRP is going up on Pokemon products. I don't know if you've noticed that on
For Obsidian
distro.
Flame or
Just in general.
just in everything?
Just in
everything is still going
products.
up.
Yeah, well,
Everything's still going up.
So, so whenever we order from distribution, and I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, but I won't throw numbers out there. But basically, it shows you your wholesale price, and then above it, it shows you the suggested MSRP. And dude, they're going up. Like the price on stuff is insane. MSRP for the Prismatic Evolutions Premium Collection is insane, dude. It's nuts. Like it's so high. Even the battle decks that are coming out for Journey Together, dude, they're like $90 for battle decks. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy. So it's like all these people that are crying about MSRP. I mean, what happens when MSRP goes up? What's the argument then?
There's no argument.
No, it's expensive. Like I said, Pokemon Company does not care. I don't think so. I don't think they care. They're here to make a buck. So
It's working.
it's working well, and so market is insane. But yeah, so MSRP is going up. I've been noticing it on the last several products. Wizards is doing the same thing for Magic.
Yep, true.
I mean, and we'll have to talk about that another day too. But
Yeah.
MSRP on Magic stuff right now, especially this Final Fantasy set, dude, insane.
Yeah, it's high. It's really expensive.
The set's not even out. My wallet's already hurting.
Yeah, my eyes hurt looking at the prices.
Dude, it was crazy. When we were looking at when it went live, I remember we looked at it and we were like, "Wait a second, is this MSRP or is this our cost?"
It was our cost.
It was our cost.
It was our cost,
I was
and we were
"What?"
like, "Wow."
So that's nuts. But yeah, it's a crazy year. This is gonna be so interesting and so nuts. But it's I think, like I said, like we've been saying it. I think I'm gonna keep saying it, but I think we got at least another year ahead of us of this kind of stuff.
I think so.
So
Year and a half is my prediction.
yeah. So, anyways, but yeah. So I think that's all we got for you today. We'll catch you on the next one.